all-time high of 60 million refugees.
Worst refugee crisis since the Second World War.
These are people just like us, and it's very easy to be in their shoes. It's very easy.
These are the refugees of war, of devastation. People are on the move to either die in the Aegean Sea or make it to Europe, make it to America.
It made us all ask, how could the dead babies be floating ashore? How could this happen in this day and age?
I don't submit. Life doesn't stop and I will not stop.
My father tell me, Zahra, you have life now. It's okay, you are free now.
And the light will go on. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
There's a pushback everywhere in Greece now. People are tired of it. They lost their tourist season. They lost huge amounts of revenue. They're inundated with people. The people on the islands are angry because the Greek government won't let refugees off the island. So the whole island has become an incarceration camp.
It was not a conversation, it was more of a conviction, being part of this now journey that we've been on for the past 2 years.
What could a couple of people do? We didn't realize how serious this situation was.
Our entire family got together and we worked together. We're gonna go to Greece. How do we do that?
We've been able to go to Greece 3 times in the last 18 months. We're going to go back again. We're going to help build a sustainable worker cooperative in Athens where people can work, they can earn money, they can recover their dignity and their self-respect, and they can prepare themselves for eventual settlement.
My husband and I and my adult children have dealt with thousands of refugees. We bought rice, oil, beans, tomato sauce, and brought them, for 2,000 people.
I feel the responsibility to go to Greece and to take an active part in helping with this refugee crisis.
Around 500,000 Syrians escaping from the war decided, because not having the condition of surviving in neighboring countries, just to cross the Aegean Sea, enter Greece, and to these 500,000 of Syrians, many other nationalities, Afghan, Iraqi, Pakistani, and many other nationalities started following this human river. More than 1 million people entering, mainly through Greece. Migration is part of the human being DNA.
We've just landed in Lesbos, which is a Greek island about 6 miles from the border of Turkey. Along the shores, you'll find several of these dinghies that have brought refugees over. The distance is not far at all, but these waters are extremely dangerous, and thousands of people have lost their lives.
When I see the boat and the sea, a lot of water, I feel so bad. Why we are here? Why we are not in Syria? It's really bad for me, and my father say I cannot stay in Syria. Syria now so bad for me, for my daughters, for all my family. When we are asleep, when so tired because so long, the man, hey, wake up, now we have to go in the night. So in the night, when we have a problem, who can help? Who can help us? And he say, this is not my problem. I will make the boat and you can go. Bad situation, the boat, we have problem. And my father say, my mother, please, guys, it's okay, be relaxed. We have SIM card for all the world. I buy one in Turkey, and I put it in my phone, and then I call Greek people, and the Greek people answer, and I'm so happy because they come.
The dark boat, the dark Syrian life, the dark Turkish life, but look at the light that you came. Because you're determined, you're strong. 65 million people that are on the move today. How do we mobilize this world for love and for all? I come from a long line of clerics and imams in Afghanistan. We always greet our friends and our acquaintance with peace be upon you and peace is accepted. The unfortunate thing is that Afghanistan has not seen peace for the past 40 years.
In the past, we enter in contact with a lot of minors being on the street, and most of them being like 14, 15, and just came to Europe looking for something good. A crisis is like something that comes and like you have to act to it. Like, this is not a crisis, this is 10 years of this. Yeah. This is too much. It's just gonna get worse because more people are coming and there is not enough help. Europe is not being a great country to come to.
Europe, open your doors. America, open your doors. Get involved and don't forget about the refugees.
Italy is also a country that has been really affected by the refugee crisis. So like Italy, you have to go to the south of Italy and then try to enter in a camp. It's very hard. Greece makes it very accessible for anyone who wants to come and help.
People crash ashore in Lesbos, Greece, and the islands. They walk miles to get here, and you're probably oftentimes the first people they meet. And with very little resources, you do what you can because you care.
I cannot do most of the things that people actually need. I cannot give asylum to someone. I cannot make shorter the time to wait travel documents. Yeah, they need to have food, but they need to have their rights, and I cannot give that. If you are here, far away from your family, far away from your country, far away from your language, far away from anything you have and any possibility you basically had, that means something happened to you. No one does this because they're happy in their country.
At the beginning, you will find most people here had a success story in their own countries, but suddenly the wind changed. Because of the political situation in Egypt, I had to leave the country. It's not my own decision, but I was forced to. It started long time ago with the fake democracy. We are a republic and we're supposed to be a democratic country, but we are not. It was a big demonstration because of the elections. The results was faked and cancelled, and a lot of people were detained and forced to resign. So we were demonstrating and protesting against this, but they
So you
came
were caught as a political
Yes.
demonstrator and you were put in prison.
They came to my house, they took everything, took my documents, papers, everything. So for the first time in history, after the French Revolution, more than 200 people at the same court session are facing death penalties in one session for one crime. And you know, this is not right and this is not justice.
I came to Lesbos because the Lesbos on that time it was the most busy island with most boats coming to Lesbos. Most of the refugees are Muslims, which means they eat halal meat. And on that time, a lot of locals here was not accepting them on them restaurants, on them coffee bars. Came to the point to make the only one Middle East restaurant in this island. On some point, I find out that my restaurant was not just a restaurant. It was so many other things than a restaurant. They have to stay somewhere, they have to eat somewhere, they have to do something. At most, we was not charging anything. Europe is looking after them, but how and what they are doing? Just making this island a prison for the refugees?
In your country, you have a lot of ideas. You are a father, you are a worker, you are an expert on that, and that. Wherever you cross your country, you are a refugee. There are people that they have a lot of identities in the country that they lost them. Wherever they pass, they lost them. We are speaking about children, we are speaking about families. We are not speaking about beneficiaries. These are people just like us. And it's very easy to be in their shoes. It's very easy.
We're all human. We're all in this together. Today it's happening to Syrian, Afghan, and Iraqi. Tomorrow it could happen to the Greeks, to Americans, to anybody.
Every day we have more than 50 people that are coming. They were last week, one day they came about 300 people. Very difficult because people, they told them lies. The smugglers, they told you that with that money you will have food. You will have people that they will watch you. You will have medical care. You will have psychology, clothes, a ticket to go to Germany or wherever. Some of them, they told them that here is Germany.
But these refugees are still with a hope. They paid a lot of money to smugglers to smuggle their son or their daughter. And those sons and daughters have no future because they don't have the right papers. They don't have insurance. So when they get sick and they don't have papers to go to school.
There are people that they're coming here that they don't know what is Europe, which are the countries. They don't know the boundaries. They don't know anything. They believe the smugglers because they have the need to believe them. This is very important. They're selling hope.
What made you leave Afghanistan and made yourself a refugee?
So many things changed in my life. I was 18 years old when I got married. One day she told me that my family, my father is going to give me to someone else which is older than me, 15 years. They just sold their daughter to an old person. But she was my girlfriend and she says, Tamim, if you would like to save me, it's good. If you don't, I will kill myself. Then I got her married, but always her brother was calling me, harassing me to find me or kill me.
Right.
But we just had a normal life, slowly, and we made 2 kids.
Your son was stolen by her brothers.
Yeah, he was always trying to attack me, to kill me, and one of our days they find the opportunity and they kidnap my son. If I go to them, they will leave my son calm. If I not, they will kill him. Well, it was too late because when they call us the second time, this is you have only half an hour time. If you would like to come, tell me. If you not, we will kill your son. So after half an hour, we just receive a call from them. They says you're too late. You don't like your son. You don't love him. You can find his dead body outside of your house.
And you and your wife and your father were all at home? I'm sorry.
We was at home. When they brought the bags, we was at home. And
How old was your son?
3 years old, almost
3 years old. And those cruel, terrible people slaughtered your sons and brought it to you. I'm sorry. This is very, very hard for any father or mother to lose a son.
Refugees need life, new life. They want to merge with the societies. And this will be by educations, this will be by giving them some skills to be able to support themselves. This is my idea and this is my dream. If we look behind the scene, we have a big resource. I don't submit. I started again and I will build my new life. I will not stop. Life doesn't stop and I will not stop.
I feel happy when I stay here. I want to continue my study. I want to be a journalist. I want to show all the world what happened in Syria, what happened in Iraq, what happened in the Iran, what happened in the Afghanistan, in the Pakistan. We are so happy, we are so glad because we have a lot of friends from the other country. When I am here, I see my father is good, my family is good, I am good.
From what you've been through and how you didn't have homes and how those police could have taken you for granted, I just love your story. Thank you so much, Zarata.
Thank you.
It's so wonderful. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for what you do. You are the future of our world.
It's a massive flow of humanity that will not end. And in our lifetime, it's probably going to be, we'll be doing this for the rest of our lives. How can you turn away now when you see this? I mean, in the United States, we're starting to turn attention away from it and not really understanding this is a flow of humanity that's not going to stop in our lifetime. If we keep closing the door, we keep making it brutal and inhumane, this is a legacy that we're going to leave behind us, and it's going to be a shameful legacy.
What the most amazing day of my life today. We went to Camp Eliones to see the camp. It was a wonderful camp. We're having a meeting with the director, Andreas, and all of a sudden I see 2 Afghan women walking by. I ran by some force to say hello to them. And the woman looks at me and said, I know you. I said, how do you know me? She says, 2 years ago you were in Thessaloniki. We were living on the park. And you were the one to help us with money and gave us ticket. We were crying. You saved us from the police force. And you and your husband put us on the train to come back to Athens. And come and see our life. We love you. You saved our life. And we went and had tea with them. It was the most wonderful experience of my life because I always said, do good, put it in the ocean, it will come back to you, and that was it today.
We are cast beyond the borders, we are lost across the sea. Bring us some good news to cling to, let us find a place of peace. Will we ever have a home again? Will our souls again breathe free? Each night I dream, no more refugee. Will we always have to be beyond the border? We sit around your fire, you bare your souls, your pain. You touch me with your love, your dignity. And I'm struck by just how easily I can go home again. I take your stories with me now, a witness I will be.